we just received a very important quality of life feature in Path of Exile 1, and that is that we can actually see now every single divination card that maps drop. And I feel like this change is way more important than the other ones. Basically, what it does is that it levels the playing field for both new players, casual players, and experienced players. Because this happens a lot in Path of Exile, that a lot of mechanics are not explained inside the game. What this change does is that it actually incorporates all the information that we have in third-party websites into the game itself. What I think will be an improvement to this implementation will be actually, for example, right here, it says that for the Brownie Battle Mage, you need a tier 13 map. But that map is right now a tier 10. And we don't actually see in the interface a difference between Curse Words and the Brawl Battle Mage. They both appear white at the bottom. That requires map tier 5, requires map tier 13. And I feel like that could be easily improved with a maybe color border, which indicates right now, like, careful, you cannot drop this card because your map is right now a tier 10 and not tier 13 and plus. So that could be quite a nice change. I actually first tried to make a black filter over the card, like it's not available. But the problem with that is that you cannot actually see the card itself if you want to read it. So I will just go by the default red square around the card. Also, another change that I would do is basically showing how difficult are the cards to drop. I thought at first of showing like a percentage, but then again, this will create like a problem, I think, because it's not just implementing a number. If the number changes, it's pretty annoying to keep track of. I think a lot of people are gonna say like, oh, this percentage is too low, this is too high, it will create fuss, and I don't think that this is something that we actually want if we are a developer. I'm all for giving players information, obviously. I would like people to know percentages better. Like, I'm sure a lot of people think that if you have like 1% chance to drop a card, they are thinking like, okay, if I do this 100 times, I'm gonna get one card. And that is not how it works. And I think that just creates confusion for some people. I think that a better implementation will be actually something like this. Just a small indicator on the bottom, which says common, uncommon, extremely rare. It's super easy. You don't need to crunch numbers, leave that to Grimbro. And this is pretty nice, I think. It's also cohesive to have this color palette for Path of Exile, indicating rarity, like white for normal, blue for magic, and yellow for rare. Another thing that I think could be improved, actually, once you type a map and it gets filtered in the actual interface, you get like a yellow hue to indicate the things that you are searching for. That is super thin and low opacity, and I think that that could be improved a little with, I don't know, something like this, maybe. It's not perfect, but it's way easier to find. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, I'm super excited to see quality of life features that bring things that are outside the game right now into the game. I think that's obviously mandatory. From a game design point of view, I want all the information that I need for the game inside the game. And I will be super happy if we keep seeing improvements like this, because they are super helpful for players and it flattens the learning curve, which in Path of Exile is extremely high. Most people won't ever look up where the cards drop, usually. Like, you can now go to the wiki and see, for example, Brother's Gift. You search for Brother's Gift and it will tell you what it drops. But the only people right now that are searching for where the card drops are basically SSF players who needs to know because they are farming for a specific uniques, or people who are farming cards to get the Mage Blood, Essence, Headhunter, and so on. So today, when I release this video, I'm gonna stream the Settlers of Kalgur live stream. I actually don't know what we are gonna see there. I know that we are not gonna get something about Path of Exile 2, which was something that people were complaining in the past, but I think it will be super exciting. And remember that this is probably the last league, or at least the last 2 leagues before actually getting Path of Exile 2, if we get it by the end of the year. So, thank you very much for staying. See you in the next one. Un abrazo.